This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Well, fat people, we really hate it. I'm speaking for all fat people. We hate being hot. Show me one fat person that likes being hot, and I'm going to have some words with them. Like, why you playing? You don't like being hot, bro.
And co-host Marney Winfield.
The little things that I appreciate now in life, and this gas station is the gas station of all gas stations.
And what makes it so special?
It's got like a coffee bar in there, kind of.
It is the 17th of April, 2024. My name's Corey Winfield.
My name's Marney Winfield.
This is the 217 Recovery Podcast. We've taken a break for weeks.
It's been a minute.
Seriously, we have. And
Yeah.
if you can tell, we're still kind of sick.
Under the weather, yes.
Yeah, and I think I'm coming out of it. Then I'm like, hey, everything's cool, everything's good. And then the medicine wears off. Mm-hmm. And then I feel like I ran into a door. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I need medicine now. But today we're on the road. We're in Bloomington Hills.
Bloomfield Hills.
Okay. And that's right outside Detroit.
Yes.
And there's a baseball game tomorrow.
Are we ending everything question?
Right? Yeah, sorry, I was being like the Trader show. Mm-hmm. Wasn't I? They always do that. They'll throw a question at the end. No, but we're down in Detroit area because the Detroit Tigers gave us tickets to their game against the Texas Rangers tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go to the game.
Yes.
And it was awesome. They gave us some tickets. And we got with our friends who just happen to have some recovery homes in the area of Traverse City. And we're like, hey, bring your people. And they were like, okay, you can bring like a couple of them. Like, okay, cool. So they're coming down. Justin's coming down. Mitch is coming down. Our friend Jeff Lang is coming down. So it's pretty cool that we got to bring some recovery people to an actual event that other people go to, and we can show them we can have just as much fun sober.
Yep, that's it.
So it's pretty cool. A lot of people are like, hey, our NA group is going camping in the woods. All right, cool. But to be out in public doing things like we went to the Lions game.
Yeah.
You know, it's like to be out and do stuff that regular people do. And there's nothing wrong with doing stuff with your NA buddies or AA buddies, but to do this normal stuff, Justin, he loves going to concerts. You know, a lot of people are like, whoa, I couldn't go to a concert sober.
Yeah.
Well, get a couple of years into your belt and you probably can.
Yeah.
You know, things change. Your perspective on everything changes when it flips from how am I going to do anything if I can't drink? How am I going to do laundry? How am I going to watch TV? How am I going to have sex? Never really thought that though, because drinking and sex wasn't even on my mind. So it was one of those moments though when it flipped for me. When it went to like, no, I don't want to drink today because I don't want to be miserable tomorrow. And then you build, they call it recovery capital. And you build enough of that up, and trust me, you won't want to drink. And I'm not saying I'm never going to drink again the rest of my life because that would be stupid. I don't know what's going to happen. But today I'm not, and I have no plans on it. That's for sure. I know if bad things happen in my life, drinking is not going to make it better. But some things in life I haven't faced yet, so I don't know. But hopefully, God's got my back, so I think it'll be okay. But with us, like I said, besides being sick, the whole crew was sick. And I was the last one to get it, but you're still kind of under the weather. I think that what we had, since I'm a doctor on the radio, is bronchitis.
I'm not quite sure. It's some kind of just cold. I'm not sure. It's miserable though. And
you have like a different type of it because you have like, because I have like dry mouth. You have like wet mouth.
No, I have like coughing, sneezing, congestion,
constipation, diarrhea, isn't that
the whole shebang. No, but it's it's a respiratory thing, I think, for sure.
Yeah, like bronchitis.
But yeah, so I'm kind of, I've been pushing through it. So it's just lingering for me. It's like not letting up. And I've been taking medication, but there's only certain meds I can take, you know, because I'm pregnant. So so that limits me. But no, I'll get through it. But I wasn't going to miss out on this game. And we had we had our baby shower recently, which was amazing. But we never even really recapped that.
No, we haven't told you because we've been sick.
I know.
And like
it's really hard to get the energy to do anything, let alone like have like a spirited conversation about things when you're just like literally running on empty.
Yeah, and then you sound like this. And
I know.
nobody wants to hear that.
No, I know. I sound like
the best
crap.
we've sounded in days.
Oh no, and I don't even
probably.
sound good. Every single person I was talking to, they'd be talking to me for like 3 minutes and then be like, "You're sick." I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeling the best, but I'm hanging in there, you know. And this was like 6 or 7 days after the onset of it, where I had talked to my doctor and I'm like, am I going to get anybody else sick? And she's like, chances are no, but that doesn't mean that you feel great. So anyway, just like I said, pushing through it. But no, I wanted to comment on the Tigers thing. I think it's really cool for this group to have an opportunity. And I thought about it in a couple different ways because like you were talking about doing things in sobriety, and it's some people who really are concerned about the fact that they know they want to stay sober, but they're questioning what it is that they're comfortable doing, you know, in early recovery. Like, where can I be where I feel comfortable? Like we tell everybody, like, be careful of triggering places, be careful of triggering people, experiences, etc. And here we are, you know, saying, here's this opportunity. But the nice thing about what this group is doing is we're going together. So there's that support piece there where it's like we're exposing you to what is the real world, you know, baseball games, football games, concerts, all that stuff. There's drinking there. You know, you're going to smell weed or people who smell like weed. All of that stuff is still in the world. And we would never want to put anybody in danger. But at the same time, it is what it is. And so this is a good opportunity to kind of like together, you know, as a group, be like, if this is how, you know, see how you feel, explore your feelings, like explore how, like, are you nervous? Does this make you uncomfortable? Does this make you feel like you want to drink? You know, and it makes you learn a little bit more about where you're at in your own recovery. But I can, you know, guarantee that the people that are coming with us to this game, you know, we're all going to support each other. So that doesn't happen, you know, during the game tomorrow. But yeah, so I like that piece.
Yeah, and I invited a friend of mine too, Ron, and his wife are coming. They're not in recovery.
Right.
So I was thinking about this. If Ron decides, hey, I'm going to have because I can just see like Ron going, I want a beer and a dog. You know, I'm going to ask him can you have that beer and dog over there? Mm-hmm. You know, just out of respect for the people around him. And I don't think that Ron's the type of guy that's going to be like, well, I have to have a beer and a hot dog when I watch a game. Maybe he is, but I'm just going to ask him, you know, like, hey, man, can you do that over there, please? Just out of respect for the other people that are here in recovery. But regardless, though, there are going to be people around us having beer and hot dogs, you know, so maybe I don't ask him. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And that's another thing for people in early recovery. Don't start in your head already planning the things that are going to go wrong.
Right.
Don't plan things like that hasn't even happened yet. So don't worry about it. You know, you'll save yourself a lot of worrying if you can just go with the flow. And if it does happen, then okay, cool. I have a plan. But yeah, and to show them though that they can have fun in recovery and be around that, I think is cool. And will it trigger some of them? Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. You know, but the more you face that stuff, the easier it gets the next time.
Yeah. Exactly. And I mean, being realistic is we face challenges every single day. You know, you go and we were even driving here and it was like, we had to stop for gas. And it's like, do you stop for gas at the place that says gas station liquor store? Or do you stop at the place that just says gas station? And there might be some people who are at a certain juncture of their life where that is actually a decision they need to think about.
Yeah.
And I respect that 100%. And that's okay because that's where you're at. But it is a piece of, I don't know, it's exposure therapy, right? It's kind of like knowing that this is what's out there and I'm going to have to face it. And I need to make the right decisions, every day.
Because like we came to off the freeway, we come to a stop, and there's gas station right next to us, and it's gas, liquor, big sign. It was even on their big sign, by the road. And then you look across, and it's like jerky spot. Now I know they both sell liquor. You can get it either one, but if you can put yourself in that liquor store, like if you roll up on that sign, you look over and you're like liquor. And you're already in your mind going in there, and you remember the smells, and if you're already in that place, definitely go to the other one. But don't test yourself. Some people like, I want to test myself. I'm gonna go in there and see. No, look, I did it. Okay, next time you won't. Yeah. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. And you can say you tested yourself by even testing yourself. If you would test yourself, and just say, no, you lost, and just go to the other one. And then just don't look for it.
Right.
Because the other one, like I said, it was prominent, like liquor store. And you could, in your mind, go through there already before you even move your car another inch. And that's the trouble of it.
Yep.
And that's addiction. That's how it works. It's in your brain. It's telling you need it. You got to have it.
Yeah.
It does go away. It'll come back every once in a while. Hey man, don't you want to do this? And then it's just no. It's easy to tell it no sometimes, easier than others. And I know early on for some people it's a struggle. And like I was saying earlier, to picture yourself going to a baseball game, watching a baseball game, a football game, and you're not drunk, you don't have a buzz on. What? How's that possible? It is. Trust me, it really is. And we did have our baby shower.
Yes, we did.
That was last week, and it was kind of unique.
Yeah.
We can do a family member count. How many, mine versus yours?
37
to
6.
6. That's counting you and Parker.
Yeah, that's
Parker's
I got counted in both.
Yeah, no, it was downstate where I'm from, and we rented an Airbnb that was big enough for kind of everybody to get together, and we did, and it was pretty fun. It was a little stressful, maybe. I don't know. It wasn't too bad.
I don't think it was I don't think it was stressful. I mean, it's considering the fact that there was that many people, and it wasn't a small space by any means, but I mean, they filled it up pretty good. And the event itself, I mean, the party was only a couple hours, Yeah. And we didn't really have like a structure of when things were going to happen when. So part of that was just we let it flow to kind of like happen how it happened. Food came out, we had the food. Basically, it was just visiting and eating and opening gifts and kind of just... There were lots of introductions because some of the family I hadn't even met yet because we got married during COVID. And so there's a lot, typically who you'd meet at what would have been like a wedding. We didn't have that. So this was the first time that I'd really met a lot of your family face to face.
Yeah, and I don't know. I felt like I didn't talk to enough people, and I was tired. I was tired the whole time, sick. Or getting over being sick. Like I wasn't contagious or anything, but like you said earlier, like this thing's been sticking around for a while.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see those people. I'm glad my cousin Tim came, my Aunt Ruth Ann. It was nice to see them. It was nice to see everybody. Stepbrother, aunts, uncle. And I don't know. It was pretty cool. Only like a couple people showed up on drugs, so it wasn't too bad.
Well, let me ask you this though. I don't think I asked you this. So, how many of those people haven't seen you since you've been sober?
Well, my stepbrother Claude passed away a few years ago, and I think I seen all of those people, and you've met those people there too.
Like just
at the funeral.
like
Yeah,
more
and
like in passing.
Yeah,
like
hey, this is
da da da. Yeah.
This is my wife Marney.
Yeah.
See ya. It's
Nothing that you could
horrible.
actually sink in.
Crying.
because-
Yeah, it was a bad time.
yeah.
And because I forgot that you had met my Uncle Ron, and I was like, oh, hey, Uncle Ron. And he's like, yeah, I met her. And I was like, oh, yeah, at the funeral. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I miss my stepbrother. He'd have been like, you did good, Corey. He would. He'd be very proud of me. I know he had some demons of his own. And I don't know. We just, yeah, it was, anyway. Wish it would have been different. And everything happens for a reason, even though it seems like why. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe heaven really is that awesome. And he's up there chilling.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, this is great. I'm watching over you too, man.
Uh-huh.
I'll take all the angels I can get.
Absolutely.
You know, all the support. But yeah, he would he would have been like, good job, man. Like, you did good. But it was nice, like I said, to see some people that I haven't seen in a while, and just kind of surprised that some of them showed up. You know, like I said, like my cousin Tim, like I've always liked him since I was a little kid, but I don't ever see him hardly, you know. And when's the last time I took the time to show up,
Right.
you know, for something? And Tim's been there, so that was very, very cool. And you know, they gave us gifts, and the gifts are cool until you have to load them in the car. Then that's what nephews are for, I found out. Then your mom kind of helped me with that one, because I don't know what it is about you and your mother. You like to like do stuff all the time. Clean. It doesn't matter what time. It's 10:30 at night, and you just beat. Let's load the truck.
Yeah.
There's no lights. Like, let's move the truck to where they're backed up next to each other. Then, like,
Yeah.
let's make it easy.
I got that from her.
And it's like, let's load them up now. I'm like, we can do it in the morning after I sleep. No, let's do it now. Get the diapers. So I'm like, whatever. So I do it. And then your mom was like, hey, we can load this stuff up. And I was like, nope. I said, nope, not tonight. I moved the diapers. I'm good. And then my nephews were like, hey, we can help or something. And she was like, Corey, don't you think that we can get them something to do or something like that? And I was like, absolutely, yes. I was
They were like little super troopers.
they were. And you gave them like cake.
Yeah.
Leftover cake. It was a whole cake.
Yeah, I did.
And it's from Costco. It was that good boat. Was it?
Tuxedo cake.
Yeah, there you go. It's delicious. That cake is so good. If you've never been there, it's worth the Costco membership.
Yes. Yeah.
Instead of going to Costco, because Costco has the sign, it's like, you don't need a Costco card if you're coming here for alcohol. Just go in there and be like, nope, coming here for cake. I'm not buying your stupid card. And then just go get a cake and leave. And be like, why? Because I'm not an alcoholic. I can't come in here.
Right.
You know, just make up something like that. But no, the cake is really good. And you gave them a cake and the leftover ice cream. And they were, you said their eyes were like, what?
Yeah.
Like, this is the best day ever.
Yeah. It was.
And so I had said something too. I was like, yeah, we gave you that cake so you can help us. And I think they would have helped us anyway. But yeah, they were going to town, the twins.
Yeah.
They're like 10, 11, 10. I don't know. They kept telling me they were different ages, and it was really confusing me, and I didn't want to do math. So I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, so that was really cool that they loaded all the stuff up. And then, yeah, I had to drive back home and unload it all. And it was a good time. Not too much fighting went on.
No.
Having parents, because like that movie Four Christmases, that's us. You know, you have your mom and dad who separated, my mom and dad separated, and you know they all could come together in one peaceful house.
Yeah.
Without too much going on and resentments and stuff, and especially when there's a baby.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know if they think about it weird or anything, but like, hey, like, we had something to do with this here, you know?
I think that the kind of the feeling that I got too from at least both my parents vocalizing this is like how the realization of how far we've come, you know, from being interactive addiction. You know what I mean? Like the whole party, the whole, you know, presence of being with family and having it be like this healthy and wholesome get together is so like what they were praying for. You know, in fact, I think it's probably so they couldn't even wrap their heads around that something like this actually happening in our lives. I bet you. So that kind of was like, I think hit at least my dad. Like he was just like, this is amazing. And he didn't mean like this party is amazing or like this pregnancy is amazing or like this cake is amazing. He meant like this moment, like the realization that this is actually real and here now is amazing. And it truly is, you know.
Yeah. Because we're old and awesome.
Because we're sober and
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, and that too. And being our parents' favorite, you know, no, seriously, this has
Disclaimer.
That's just honest truth. They both know it. They all know it. I'm my dad's favorite. I'm my mom's favorite. It's just no hiding it. It's obvious. You're your dad's favorite, obviously.
I don't
and your
know.
mom, hands down, you're her favorite. Like the options there aren't really, you know what I'm saying? And so I wonder if just process of like, hey, this is how this works. Parker, our son, who's going to be born in a month. He would.
Whoa.
What?
That's just crazy that you said that.
Yeah. How many? This might be the last podcast you and I ever do without.
No, we're gonna have to. No, we're gonna have to. You're making
we'll
it sound
do
like
another one.
the time is ticking.
No, I'm just saying. It'll be like crying or like, hey, we gotta hurry up and get a podcast in. Shh, not too loud. But I was saying Parker would be their favorite.
Yes,
I think that'd be pretty obvious.
we also were the most difficult children.
No, we showed them what they could handle. You know, they didn't think they could handle it all, but we showed them they could.
Right.
They're stronger than they thought they
We
were.
wanted to exercise their skill set.
Those times they wanted to just give up.
Show Jesus what you're made of.
Jesus told you keep going, and you did, and here we are.
Right.
I don't know if you would have just gave up and let us die in a ditch somewhere. No, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast, and they wouldn't have been at a baby shower.
Right.
So they're kind of selfish in the way, if you think about it. They really did it for themselves so they could have their special grandchild
Oh, that is so
that they love the most.
Nuts.
And hey, man, my brother, he's got cool kids too, and my sister, they're great. But just facts is facts. You know, so were they being selfish by helping us live and sticking by our side through our struggles of addiction? I think so, maybe.
Man, shh.
Man, just saying. That's just throwing it out there. It's a theory.
Yeah.
My Aunt Ruth Ann did not give me that theory at all. Just saying.
Man, shh.
My Aunt Ruth Ann, she knows that Parker's going to be the favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if my memory serves me right. But again, I was in a fog of sickness. I think she was like, Corey, you know that's going to be the favorite grandchild of everybody here that has grandchildren. I said, Ruth Ann, like, that's not nice. She's like, no, Corey, for real. And she was like, I listened to your podcast, you and Marney. Don't you be talking about this on there. I said, I won't, Ruth Ann. I said, I won't. I was like, make sure you listen because I'll make sure not to throw you under the bus. I don't know nobody getting thrown under the bus. And now she's probably listening to this thinking, shit, did I say that?
Right.
Did I say that to Corey?
Yeah.
Now she's questioning herself because, well, it is true though.
Yes.
So she's like, well, yeah, probably I'll love him to be the special one.
Yeah.
Not like special one, but you know,
Yeah.
the most loved
Yes.
by the grandparents. So that's the grandparent talk for today.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, Ruth. And then work stuff's going pretty great and crazy. Adam, I don't think we've talked about it, but maybe we did. He took a job as a recovery homes assistant manager for addiction treatment services.
Yes.
So it was a
Super exciting.
Yeah, pretty big move for him. And he's going to the game tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So we're looking forward to seeing him. And, you know, he's doing great, man. He's doing great in that role. Mm-hmm. Everything I've heard from people. So good for him.
Yeah. And he loves it. and it's great. Yeah.
So it's nice to see people grow, and like everybody that has worked for 217, I've told them like I want you to grow and learn, and like the stuff, especially with Adam. I'm like, I want you to write a blog. I want you to be creative. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. And that's not really Adam, So when he did find something, an opportunity came along, and it was just like, all right, man, that makes sense. Like, go after it. Go get it.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of him for that. But Justin, he wanted his review the other day, so I gave it to him. I was like, yeah, do you want me to write this in your like report or whatever? Like, am I supposed to put this in your file?
Yeah.
He's like, yes, please do. But just how far he's come in a year.
Yeah.
And Mitchell as well.
Yeah.
The stuff that he's learned, it's crazy. And when you give people a chance to grow and to learn different things, and sometimes they might hate it at first, but at the end of the day, they love it. I love when Mitch yells at Kim for not cleaning the door right. Because I used to yell at Mitch for that. I'm like, Mitch, it looks like crap. Don't half-ass it. Do it right. And now to see him kind of with that attitude of, with the other people, like, look, man, you don't half-ass it.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's funny, and Justin, too. But it's great. And we actually posted a job on Indeed. You did, actually. And we've gotten some people, like we just posted it. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday morning.
Yeah, and we've got people applying for it, and I know a couple people, like they sent me messages. I don't think I've had a chance to respond to them yet. They're like, "Hey, I applied for that job." It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, we're kind of like just we're trying to keep being productive, despite the not feeling 100%. That doesn't mean that we're actually 100% on top of all the tasks.
Yeah, we have a lot to do coming up. So
yeah.
If you're interested, but. It's another thing too there's some people that clearly don't even know what 217 recovery is that applied for it. I think one person, worked at like Jimbo's car rescue and recovery or something.
Different type of recovery.
Kind of recovery. Like we're not going to repo cars or anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's you're gonna get the keyword.
I think we should call them in, do interviews, and have Justin interview those people. Like, Justin, you want to do management stuff?
I think it's an innocent mistake. They're playing the numbers game. Like, if I get responses back, then maybe I will. Maybe I am a good fit for this job. It's like, did you read the small print? It's not even small. It's the regular print. It just says this is a peer recovery coach job, which means we want you to have experience and, firsthand experience in what about sharing your story about, your experiences and your own addiction. But
we could really mess with people on this. Like, we could have people come in and be like, well, let's get you doing this for a couple days to see if you like it, and then have them try to recover people's pets or something. I don't know. No. There's a snake down there.
No,
there's a snake, man.
No.
We gotta find out who this mouse belongs to and take Susan. To take Susan around the block. Is this mouse yours?
That's terrible.
I know, it's not even funny. I'm telling you, the sickness has got me.
Yeah.
All I got is facial expressions that are funny now. And you can't see those right now, so it's kind of pointless. But anyway, we're in the hotel, and I'm sleepy, and I'm tired.
Yeah.
And we have a long day tomorrow. But I did want to do a podcast before it got to June. And I don't know, it's just been forever. But like I said, I was going to do one with Mitch 2 weekends ago. But it was too bad. We just sounded too horrible. And then... even right now, we don't sound all that great.
I know.
But I don't know. People don't like to listen to people who sound sick, but I just felt like I had to get one out and tell people what's up. We're still live.
Yeah.
We're still sober. Because sometimes people be wondering. They'll be like, wait, what?
Yeah. Why?
Well, that's what they did. It was 2 weeks ago. They've been doing 2 days, 3 days, a week, 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah.
2 weeks, but no podcast. What's going on? They still sober?
Everything's all right. We're good, guys.
We're all good. So, and if you want to check out, I added Kim's page and Matt's page. Matt's another new guy we brought on as part-time. Recovery coach and training.
Yeah, he's doing his coach training end of this month.
Yep, so is Kim.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. And I added their pages at 217recovery.com. They both have emails. Matt is writing a blog already. He came out the gate hot. He's like, hey, when can I start that blog? I was like, well, I was going to let you get your feet wet. He's like, ready to go. I want to do it. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
But check out his blog and check out his page and check out Kim's page. She was so proud today when she saw that. And she was like, oh, my God. She thought that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 217recovery.com/Kim or 217recovery.com/Matt.
Yes.
And check out their pages. But until next time, go Tigers, maybe?
Yeah, definitely
They
go
did give us
Tigers.
tickets, and much love to the Tigers for supporting recovery, people in recovery. They could have given these tickets to probably hundreds of nonprofit organizations, and they gave it to us. So much love, and yes, we will be rooting for the Tigers tomorrow.
Yes, and next time we'll be over this, whatever this sickness is that we have going on, and sounding a lot better. So
yes, thank you, and we'll talk later.
All right, take care, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. We hope you come back for our next episode.